Hello there, it's your girl Daphne back with another video. This time we're kicking off Christmas and we are doing our first DIY for 2021 for Christmas. And today I'm going to be sharing vintage inspired black and white DIYs for Christmas. So our first DIY is considered a rag Christmas tree, and we are cutting different strips, lengths of fabric, which is 2 inches wide by 5, 4, 3, and about 2.5 inches. And what we're going to be doing is splitting the 2-inch wide fabric in half. And we're going to be leaving about 1/4 of an inch connected so that when we tie the fabric around the dowel, that we still leave enough fabric for it to be able to adhere. I'm going to be using pinking shears for all of the fabric that I'm going to be using today, just because I don't want my fabric to fray. And I just like the edge that the pinking shears gives. So I'm just getting started with a 12-inch dowel, and I'm just going to be tying the fabric securely around the dowel. And basically it's your discretion, the lengths of your fabric, as well as how many pieces you decide on attaching. Now I have to say there is no wrong way of making this DIY. You basically just want to add all of the fabric strips. You can make adjustments, you can move them up and down, you can twist the strips around and adjust the fullness. It's really up to you how you want your tree to look. I tried to make mine as full as possible, and I'm just finishing it off. As you saw, I wanted my tree to be a little shorter, so I cut off a piece of the dowel just to make it a little shorter. And at the top, I'm going to be just adding one of these glitter stars that I purchased at the Dollar Tree last year. I'm just going to be adding that as my tree topper. And I'm going to fluff it all up, and I am going to make sure that the fabric strips are evenly dispersed and looking absolutely amazing. And at the last minute, I decided I was going to be using the bottom of one of my candle sticks. I also had previously purchased that at the Dollar Tree. So it's just one of those battery operated candles. It's like a metal base, and I just gave it a quick coat of paint, and now I'm using it here as my base. And I just put a little aluminum foil in the bottom because it just makes it fit really securely, and then I'm adding hot glue to just secure it. And this is how it looks, absolutely beautiful. We're going to be moving over to our second DIY, which is a stuffed Christmas tree. And we're using a complementary fabric on this DIY, and I'm just doing a quick freehand template for a tree. So I'd like to introduce myself again. My name is Daphne. I'd like to welcome everyone to my channel. Anyone that's new that clicked on my video for the first time today, welcome. To all of my loyal subscribers, welcome back. On my channel, I focus in on all things homemaking. And today I am bringing you DIYs to just make your house nice and homey for Christmas. I concentrate on cleaning, cooking, decorating. I really like to just be able to bring an assortment of content to you. So if this sounds like something that you would enjoy, I hope that you subscribe and join in and come back each week and enjoy all of the content that I'll be bringing. As I said, this is my first Christmas DIY, so there will be many, many more to come. So there's really no right or wrong way. I just quickly did a freehand template for this tree, and now I'm just cutting it out with my pinking shears, and then we're going to go in with some hot glue and we're going to be attaching the front and the back of this adorable little tree together, and then we're going to be stuffing it with some polyfill. I'm going to be adding on a 6-inch dowel in this case, and I'm going to be securing it with a little wheel wooden wedge and making a little decorative stand out of burlap, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. All of these DIYs that I'm sharing today are considered like very primitive looking DIYs, and I think that it's gonna look very nice in my decor this year for Christmas. So leave me a comment down below what style decorating you're going to be doing this year, and if this is different from previous years for you. Now always remember, after you fill the tree with the polyfill, you're going to see certain areas where you need to go back in and close the seam with the glue, which is totally fine. It's really easy to be able to do after the stuffing is in. So in the description box, I'm going to be leaving suggestions on past videos that I know that you enjoy. Some of them will be my previous DIYs. I did a 3-part DIY series before Christmas last year. So I'm going to be linking them in the description and also in the cards as well. So leave me a comment down below which of the 3 DIYs are your favorite. Okay, so the last DIY is going to be a gnome ornament, and this little guy is absolutely adorable. I'm starting out with doing a half circle, and it is roughly 10.5 by 5.5, and I'm just cutting the template out, and then I'm going to be cutting out 1 layer of this large plaid fabric. That's going to be making the hat, and then we're going to be using a Dollar Tree mop head as the hair that's going to be hanging down on the gnome. So as you can see, it's fairly easy to disassemble the mop head. I pulled off about 13 strands, and then I'm cutting them in halves because I think that's be the perfect dimension for the little pom-pom that we're going to be making. So we're going to be, now that we have it cut in half, so we're going to have a total of 26 strands once we cut it in half. And then we're going to be tying all of them together and making like a little pom-pom. Make sure that your piece of twine is long enough. I had cut a shorter piece and I had to go back and just cut a longer one. So you're just going to be tying that all together, and then you're going to put it aside, and we're going to start working on the gnome's hat. Now it's very important that you start with the flat end of the fabric facing away from you, and then you're just going to be going, and I'm using a pencil to be able to turn the fabric over. I have to say, the next time that I make this, I will make the point a little tighter, just so that the hat is just shaped a little more with a crisp point. Once you have the hat made, then you're going to then take your pom-pom, which you attach the 20-inch twine around, and you want to make sure that you leave a little loop at the top so that when you slide it through the top portion of the hat, you're able to just pull it, and then it slides the pom-pom up into the hat, and it makes it secure. And you're able to also use that hanger if you're going to be doing this as an ornament and hanging it on your tree, or any other object that you're going to be using. I searched around and I had some glass beads, and I'm using that as a little nose, and then I'm putting a couple of white buttons on the top. And this is how my little guy looks. He is absolutely adorable. I am going to enjoy putting him on my tree, and I'm going to be making a lot more. And as you can see, everything coordinates very nicely together, and we're very easy to make. I would like to thank everyone for watching. I want to remind you, if you have not subscribed yet to my channel, please subscribe. Please share this video with any friends and family that might like my content. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and check out these videos that are on the screen. Have a blessed day.